Hi, and welcome everybody to the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm Ross Benjamin. As always on Wednesdays, I'm joined by Mr. Chip Chirimbus. Today is our college football betting edition. Before we get to the meat and potatoes of what we're going to talk about, we're going to give you 2 free picks, by the way. Just hang on. Chipper, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous. You know, we're in mid-season stride right now. I told you we had big week in the NFL, and we hit our blowout game of the year. No contest. Ohio State blew out who they played this week. That team, forget about it. But Ohio State really took it to them, and I was really happy about the way they handled Purdue.
Yeah, that was a convincing win. I think a lot of people got sucked in with Purdue because they had pulled off 2 miraculous upsets earlier in the year. That was my top play of the week as well. We were brilliant minds think alike. So they were minus 21. They win by 28. You know, you don't get style points for winning by a lot. You don't get style, and you don't get charged anymore when you cover by a touchdown or less. We'll take a winner is a winner is a winner. Saturday at 5-2 in college football for Ross Benjamin. Like I said, best bet winner on Ohio State. I was 5-0, folks, until the 2 late games, which I lost by a combined 2.5 points. So wow. Very close to a 7-0 day. 11-5 last 16, 14-7 the last 21 in college football. So after a slow start, starting to gather momentum like my partner here. Chipper, anything that you want to discuss from a betting standpoint, what we witnessed last week in college football?
Well, you know, it's still up in the air on this Michigan State and Michigan thing they have going on, where Michigan State beat Michigan and Michigan's ranked higher, and they're coming up with different excuses. Cincinnati is right where they're supposed to be because, you know, I don't even know if Cincinnati wins out, if they got a shot of getting in, Ross, because let's face it, they really don't play anyone, but they got 2 big games coming up with SMU and Houston in the next 2 weeks. And maybe if they win and the other teams are jockeying around, they'll slip into the top 4. But you know, it's pretty tough to move them up, Ross, because they don't play these top quality teams week in and week out. You know, I mean, Ohio State opened with Oregon, and Oregon's number 3 in the nation because of the way and yet Oregon lost to Stanford, and Stanford's like what 3-6 on the year.
Yes.
So I have trouble with that. I have trouble with Oregon being where they are. Well,
you know, Cincinnati's not doing themselves any favors, Chip. They're not. You know, you would think that they need style points, and they'd be aware of that, and they get all the bad press that says, well, they haven't played anybody. Well, yeah, they won at Notre Dame. I mean.
Right.
That's not a good win. I mean,
I understand that, Ross, but that's like the Gonzaga thing in basketball, where you only play 1 or 2 games out of 25, where these other teams are playing 8-10 tough competitors week in and week out. And like the Big Ten this year is really on the rise. I think it's been one of the better seasons I've seen. They got a lot of good teams out there, and this Purdue quarterback is a pro. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, I was afraid in that game. Yeah. You know, we always had a lead, but that kid can play football.
No, and there's no 2 ways about it. You know, here's a scenario. Ohio State beats Michigan State this week. Michigan State turns around and beats Michigan. Michigan turns around and beats Ohio State. Guess what? You can't leave Cincinnati out. I mean, that's a lot of scenarios to come through, right?
Right. But, if Cincinnati rolls out, if they win out.
Yeah, because if Michigan and Michigan or Michigan State wins out, they're going to finish ahead of Cincinnati, whether that's in the top 4 or whatever. You know,
right.
That's what's going to end up happening. Let's not forget Cincinnati this week. Tough game against SMU, a team that was undefeated a couple of weeks ago, and they're going to, you know, they'll have their hands full in the conference championship game too. So there's still a lot of work to be done for Cincinnati. I mean, they got to take care of their own business and let the other stuff take care of itself. Right. Chipper, your free pick in college football this week.
Well, you know what? I've gotten my teeth kicked in by this Clemson Tiger team so many times this year. And here they are against Wake Forest. And, you know, I had a game, you know, where we scored 8 touchdowns against Wake Forest and lost by 14 points when we had the Army. 9-1 is Wake Forest, only 5-5 against the number. Clemson Tigers, dreadful, 2-8 against the number, though they're 5-0 at home straight up. And, you know, I think the way to go with this, if you look at this game carefully, even though Wake Forest has a prolific offense, I mean, they really have a great offense, is this Clemson team plays to the under so consistently. A 6-3-1 this year, And the number 11 defense overall in college football, and that's without any offensive support. So they're on the field a lot, only allowing 311 yards a game, Ross. They've gone 9-4 to the under in their last 13. They've gone 19-6 to the under in their last 25 playing at home. Now, Wake Forest has gone 6-1 to the over on the road in their last 7, but they're 10-4 to the under as road underdogs. I'm going to play this game under. I think Clemson's defense is going to show up. We know they have no offense. And I think that's the way to go. I won't have to worry about the points or the Demon Deacons surprising me, because if I take the Tigers, I know it's going to happen. They'll probably win by 3 and not cover. So I'm going to sit here and play the under and just hope for the best.
Yeah, you talk about Clemson, and they've taken a lot of, well, they haven't taken a lot of heat, but it's not the type of year that we're used to seeing from Clemson. However, they opened the season against a team called Georgia, who's number 1 in the land. And arguably, they've given the Bulldog. Well, they have. If you just look at
the toughest game they had all year.
Oh yeah, 10-3 loss, and everybody thought that was a horrible loss. But look at Georgia. Clemson has struggled on offense this year, but you'd be hard pressed to say anybody's even close, not near the Georgia defense in terms of production.
Clemson was favored in that opener. Do you think they'd be favored if they met again? I mean,
you're a funny guy.
Georgia would be a 13-point favorite, wouldn't they? I mean,
yeah. As Henry Hill says, you're a funny guy, Chipper. All right, what do you got? What do we got for you? I got a free pick for you too. Before we get to that, let's remember, if you have not subscribed already to our YouTube channel, sports betting YouTube channel, that is, please take a second to do so. It costs you absolutely nothing. You get all wealth of knowledge from me and Chip, Doug Upstone as well, guys who've been doing it for a long time. Longevity speaks volumes in this industry when you do it full time, and you're lasted as long as we have. Well, Chip's been around for a century, us for the last 20 years. That should speak volumes to you too. So subscribe. And at the end of the video, by the way, give us a like. And you know what I mean? How hard is it to hit the like button? You're all watching. So it's
not a century. It is 8 decades, but it's not a century.
All right. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to be disrespectful.
Oh, yeah. You got to give me 1949, So.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get to my free pick. Baylor at Kansas State. That game kicks off at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Right now, the game is a pick 'em. And, you stop and think about this, folks. Again, this is one of those scenarios where it's an absolute trap. They're giving you the recent college football playoff poll indicates Baylor is the number 11 team in the country. And they have 2 losses, yes, but they also just knocked off undefeated Oklahoma. Now, can they match that intensity on the road that they showed last week? Because Kansas State is going to come to play, Chip. A lot of people, this team has sort of flown under the radar because they started the year 3-3, but they've reeled off 4 wins in a row now. And they're also going to be playing with triple revenge, having lost to Baylor the last 3 years, including last year at Baylor 32-31. So they'll have a lot of incentive on their side. And, Baylor's 7-0 at home this year, Chip, but just 1-2 on the road. And their lone win on the road came against that powerhouse Kansas Jayhawks football program. So again, I'm going to take a shot here and say this is another trap game. Been pretty good with these trap games over the last couple of weeks, folks. Kansas State as a pick 'em over Baylor, and Chip Chirimbus likes the Wake Forest and Clemson game under the total. You got a number on that, Chip?
No, I really don't. It doesn't matter to me. I'll tell you right now, they can put up 7.5, and I think it'll be 3-3. So.
There's a vote of confidence. Anyway, Chipper, what do you got going on this week in the NFL, and how you been doing of late?
All right. Well, the NFL's been great. I told you I was 7-1 this weekend, 14-3 in the NFL the last 2 weeks, and hitting our big plays. Now 10-4 on the season with our big plays, and 10-4 in college football with our big plays. Blowout game of the year last Saturday with Ohio State. Have another big game, conference game of the year this Saturday, Ross. Don't miss it, because I'm going to be talking to you, and I'll let you know exactly where we're going.
All right. So you can find Chip at chipwins.com. You could also get his phone number right there on the webpage. And I'd ask him to say his phone number, but he always wants to use the last four numbers, which are Chip. Now, when young people hear him say that, how do you dial Chip? Well, he's going back to the rotary phone days, folks. I apologize. You can't take the guy out of his old habits. What can I tell you? So, but the number is right there. All numerical, right at the website is what I'm trying to say. That's chipwins.com. You can find me at rbwins.com. That's R as in Ross, B as in Benjamin, wins like I like to do on a consistent basis. And when you go there this week, folks, tough day in the NFL last Sunday, going 1-4. Bounced back on Monday with a winner on the under, but my college football has been on fire. 11-5 the last 16, 14-7 the last 21. Like Chip, I had Ohio State as my top play of the week last week. I'll have another college football 10-star game of the week on Saturday. 5 to 7 selections on Saturday. I really like this card, including another 4 to 5 on Sunday in the NFL and also a Monday night winner as well. Chipper, you've been doing real well on those standalone games. I want you to tell the folks how you've done on those.
Yeah, on the Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night NFL games, we had, of course, the 49ers on Monday, and we've gone 19-8. And that was I stubbed my toe this Sunday. My only defeat in an entire pro week was on the Raiders on Sunday night, but we bounced back with the 49ers over the Rams, 19-8 in the NFL. Thursday night, I think I have a big winner out there, and I'm really looking forward to the schedule this weekend.
Yeah, and so keep an eye on Chip's Thursday night play. If you view this before Thursday, that game at a New England-Atlanta game, and also the Monday night game, which will be the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Bucks down there in Tampa. And also a very good matchup on Sunday night with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the LA Chargers. Chip's been on fire with those standalone games, not only this year, but last year as well. So you can find all that at chipwins.com, my site, rbwins.com. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. It's not that difficult. You're watching. And don't say, I'm not going to hit the like button because I don't like their picks. The content is what it's all about, folks. We hope you walk away from not only this show, every show you watch with us, as a smarter sports bettor today than you were yesterday. Until the next time, for Chip Chirimbus and Ross Benjamin, I'd like to wish each and every one of you all the very best. Take care and God bless.